Ghost Pepper, what's going on, man? What's happening, bro? What's happening? What's going on, bro? Gypsy Jaywalk in China. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Am I coming in? Anyway, this is Ricky Drama here live here on Sick Grandpa. It's Sunday night here in Angel City, Philippines. I'm here live here at the Candy Palace here in Angel City, Philippines. I don't know if you watched the channel Carefree Chris today did a live stream with his girlfriend. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Gypsy. And he did a live stream with his girlfriend today. And basically, they're breaking up, because, Carefree Chris, he's calling himself a mentor. A mentor. He's telling his audience, I'm a 55-year-old American mentor that has decided to live in the provinces of the Philippines, where I'm going to look for girls 19 years old to 20 years old, use them as a girlfriend for 2 years, and then I'm going to go and let them start their career, finish their college. I'll pay them for college. I'll get them a notebook. I'll get them a laptop. I'll get them a scooter. I'll give them the tools they need to finish college, since they're 19 or 20. And then, I'm going to go ahead and move them out of their hometown so I can get them somewhere where they don't know anybody, and I just have them stay in the room, and then, have fun for 2 years, and then I'm going to go ahead and just kick them back to their home province, their hometown, and then they can go out and find a job in the cruel, hard world of artificial intelligence in 2026. I mean, I'm your host, Ricky Drama Live. There's a lot going on in YouTube and Philippines. I don't do many live streams anymore because there's no data when you walk around. You can't, I'd rather do a live stream walking around. You can't get a signal anywhere here. Secondly, it's kind of useless to come on nowadays when everyone's doing hours and hours and hours of just waste space live streams, waiting around for a super chat. And it's just a waste of time. I can't even listen to any of it anyway myself. Why would I put on content when I can't listen to it? But then, but today, we've had a lot of stuff going on, just like this. We had the Donald Trump assassination attempt at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. But, this thing going on with Mike Philippines' retirement, and then Mike Philippines' retirement striking every channel that talks about him, or attempting to strike every channel that talks about all this and that. And then I apparently give a strike to Smooth Lee for using his image on an AI video, and it's Smoothly 64, that's the channel. Smoothly 64 absolutely melted down in rage midnight there in Las Vegas, saying that he met with Mike's ex, and that he knows all the background, and he's going to expose it all. He's going to go to Dumageddon and confront Mike Philippines' retirement and have a sit down. And then Mike Philippines' retirement was like, you're all a bunch of pussies. Come out to Elo. It's like he's like 71 years old. I mean, last time we heard, he was about ready to have a massive coronary heart attack. And, he needed, emergency, services, and he was going to go to live in Cebu City and live by a hospital. But now he's a tough guy. He wants to fight everybody. I mean, it just never stops. Mikey Prepper to chat, what's going on? But a Carefree Chris, man, what a what a performance today on that live stream. I sent a link to that to another YouTuber here in Angeles City. I'm like, this was the greatest bullshit live stream I've ever heard in 10 years of Philippines YouTube, man. The greatest bullshit live stream I've ever heard in my life. And this guy, Carefree Chris, man, I mean, what a scumbag, bro. What a scumbag. His entire life, Carefree Chris, his entire life has been about, hooking up with girls, using them using everything he can out of them, and then just kicking them to the curb and moving on to the next one. Everyone's 2 to 3 year relationship, whether they're a single mom or they're not, and and this and that, and he's with them 2 years. Carefree Chris had his whole run in Colorado, and then he went to Thailand, and then he had all these girlfriends in Thailand that he kicked, and then he went to the Philippines, and he tried Cebu, and he found out, they had to pay, and of course, Carefree Chris never pays. He's never going to pay. Never, 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 ever, never, never, ever, ever is Carefree Chris going to pay. And so then he's like, I can go to the provinces. I can get a house in Leyte, a small room. I can get a small room in Bhutan, I can get a small room in, out there somewhere by Sugar Beach where, Captain Trucker, the bipolar nut job lives. And then I get a small room, so out there in the archipelago of Zulu. I mean, this motherfucker. Carefree Chris would actually he would get a room in Zulu, the archipelago down there by Malaysia, just so he could bang some, hot girl, man. So he don't have to pay. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, you're 55 years old. Carefree Chris, you hook up with all these, girls. Carefree Chris called himself Bruce Willis. I mean, he looks just like Bruce Willis. I mean, he runs around and everyone's, saying that he's Bruce Willis. I mean, Jesus. What about disclosure? Did you tell the parents, Carefree Chris, when you met the parents in Leyte, when you went to see her? And see the parents that you've been with like hundreds of girls, never had a kid, you were married maybe one time with a single mom, and then you just split the rent or something. I mean, do you tell these parents, that you sit there for 2 weeks and you work on just trying to just to get acceptance from the family, and then you tell them you've been with hundreds and hundreds of girls, bro. I mean, and never had a kid with any of them. You're 55 years old. And then Carefree Chris is like, it's okay. You're going to go off and you're going to start your own career. You get an engineering degree, and then you can go take the civil service test, and you can work in Cebu, or you can work in a municipality here in the Philippines. You can get there, and you'll get a nice, decent job. And then what's she gonna say? What's she gonna say when she meets the next foreigner? I mean, what's she gonna say when she meet Carefree Chris's ex? What's she gonna say when she meets the next Filipino? Is she gonna say, yeah, I spent a lot of time with this foreigner that looks just like Bruce Willis. His name was Carefree Chris. He had a YouTube channel. Carefree. My hubby. I mean, until we broke up, he was with hundreds of girls and, dozens and dozens of Filipina and Thai girls over 7 years. And, I was just so happy to be with him for 2 years where, as soon as he can get me out of the Leyte, he moved me down to Bhutan where I didn't know anybody. I was just serving out his pleasure. I learned how to cook, and I learned how to clean. I learned how to take care of my man, Bruce Willis. Carefree Chris, Mr. Bruce Willis. I learned how to take care of Bruce Willis, and then, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, This is Mindanao. They're going to try and fuck up your shit in Mindanao, ladies and gentlemen, every fucking time. If you go down there, as a big shot like me, I have my channel, Big Shot Travel. You go down there as a big shot like me, and you go down there and you show up and you're the big fat white guy. Everyone's like, oh boy, we got another big mouth from America, blah blah blah. And they're like, oh, here we go. And then they're gonna be, all they can do is to fuck up your shit, fuck up your shit, fuck up your shit, fuck up your shit. And sure enough, Carefree Chris gets a woke neighbor. And then this woke neighbor, right? Because there's many, many woke people here in the Philippines, Filipinos that are woke. Okay, they're all woke with the Western wokeness. They all like have these, these things about, woke theology and woke theory, and it's all over the damn place. You can go to Zamboanga City. You can go right there to the old U.S. fort, okay, in Zamboanga City, and you'll see inside that fort woke theology on all the walls. Of course, that was the home of our sexpat champion, Sunshine Shoulders, Calvin. I mean, he spent his entire 17 years in Zamboanga City using and abusing the Filipinas there. But anyway, even Calvin wouldn't come up with some bullshit live stream like Bruce Willis tonight, bro. This fucking Willis, bro. Pando, I love Beto. Anyway, I'm just shocked. I can't believe it. I can't believe the bullshit I heard today on this live stream on Carefree Chris, Bruce Willis, Carefree Chris channel about all this. I mean, how's his ex gonna sell all this whole 3 years of See, it's your job, Carefree Chris. It's your job when you marry the girl. This is what you did. You married that girl in Leyte, Carefree Chris. You married that girl, okay? You took her out of her element. You took her down to Bhutan. You used her for 2 years, okay? You used her for 2 years. And then you just kick her to the curb because it's time. It's just like every other time, right, Carefree Chris? Bruce Willis every 2 years has to have a new fresh piece of ass. That's what it comes down to, ladies and gentlemen. And then all the scars, all the tears, all the baggage that comes with being an ex of Bruce Willis. But just the baggage of being an ex of Carefree Chris, just all the videos, all the exploitation, oh come on, let's do it together. Come on, we get 600,000 views. We can remember. Don't you remember, Carefree Chris, when you put your girlfriend on the toilet? You put her on the toilet and made that dirty, nasty sex. Just horrific video. Carefree Chris, your girlfriend sitting on the toilet doing all this nasty shit. Don't you remember you made a video of that, exploiting that young, innocent province girl? You sure did, Carefree Chris. Bruce Willis, you made a video exploiting that young girl in front of a dirty toilet. And then you have you come on today and after all your exploitation over the course of your life, over the course of your time in Southeast Asia, you finally came here. You finally came and you finally found one that said, yes, I won't pay you. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to have sex 3 times a day, every day. Yes. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to move you to Bhutan. So you have absolutely no contact with anybody that you know. And you just sit in this room and take care of me. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And that's what happened. That's what happened. You pay. Except Carefree Chris don't pay. Bruce Willis. But anyway, yeah, so we have a guy, okay, that it's just incredible. It's an absolutely incredible, the bullshit that comes out of his mouth, bro. All these, and it's not just him, it's all his Navy SEAL team, what his friends Fletch and Jim and Marco. Let's just name the first names of the fucking Trump administration as his his Navy SEAL pals in their 40s and early 50s here to, have a young 19 to 21-year-old. I mean, it is like, yeah, you having fun today? Yeah, you too. Yeah, I'm having fun too. We all live down here in the province. Yeah. And then Carefree is like, I'm going to make my home base here. Bruce Willis, I'm going to make my home base here in Bhutan. You mean next to the woke neighbor that just broke up your relationship with a truth bomb, Carefree Chris? She came out with a truth bomb and blew up all your bullshit, just blew up your fucking marriage. And you're like, I'm not gonna move. You're out of there as soon as she's gone. You're packing up your shit. You're putting it all in a box. You're gonna get a little moving company to move whatever else you bought, that's big or whatever. You're gonna move all your shit out of there immediately. You're gone out of there, bro. There's no way you can stay there when all the neighbors know the truth. Bruce Willis. Cool Bruce Willis, just an American from Colorado. He's here. He's 55 years old, and he's looking for young, innocent province girls, 19 to 20. And he's here to exploit you. He's here to use you. He's here to use the best 2 years of your life to keep you in a dirty, nasty room in the middle of nowhere, far away from the city, far away from your friends, far away from any exposure anyone can, get to your inside your little head. And then I'll go ahead and exploit you for 2 years, your best life. And then I'm just going to kick your ass to the curb. And all that matters is the next word. Next. Who's the next hot piece of ass I can find out here in the province? Maybe I'll do a motorcycle trip. All these broke asses. Like Geo on the go, all these broke asses, like Mike Philippines retirement, all these broke asses, like whoever else does fucking motorcycle. Hey, we got Doc M in the chat. Asian Jim is what? Asian Jim is a felon several times over. Yeah, I know, bro. He's a fucking felon. Of course he is. Of course they all are bad, bro. They're all bad, bro. They're all criminal felons, bro. All criminal, nasty. Hope you're doing good up there in Dubai, bro. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good, man. I'm just fat. And just having fun, bro. Fun and friends only. Hashtag FFL lifestyle. Which leads me, if you're listen, Bruce Willis. Listen, okay. Bruce Willis, if you're 55 years old and you're never going to marry these girls, okay? You're never going to have a baby. You're never going to really go 100% and try and establish a family. You're never going to marry them. You're just out there trying to use these girls, okay? You're only going to get a 19 to 21-year-old. You're just out there to use these girls. Carefree Chris, quit bullshitting the Philippines YouTube community. Quit bullshitting all those expats that watch your stupid channel. Quit lying to the Philippine people. Just meet a girl, pay her a weekly allowance, tell her that you're never going to get married, you're never going to have a kid, you're never going to have a serious relationship, okay? And just be upfront and completely transparent about all this shit. Why can't you just be honest and transparent? Why you have to hide? Because you have no money. You're broke. You have no money. You make $1,500 a month. You came here early so you could bang girls. You came here so you can get a lot of hot, fresh. Bruce Willis came here to get that hot, fresh pina pussy because he's young and dumb and he's young. He can take advantage of it. Yeah. Do it before it's too late. That's what he did. And we see the end result today with another victim. Another of Bruce Willis's victim. Poor Mary Rose. Mary Rose now has to run off and be a victim of Carefree Chris. Just another long line of exploited girls and women that Carefree Chris took advantage of, exploited, used. Should we say even abused? Abused the mentor privilege. I mean, Bruce Willis actually thinks he's a mentor. Some American foreigner, sex tourist, actually thinks that he's mentoring these 19-year-olds for 2 years to live them. They'll develop them. How you develop them? How do you develop these young, innocent, province girls that wear their tennis shoes on? They wear their tennis shoes on for 2 years. I mean, for 2 weeks because they're ready to run away. How exactly do you mentor them, Carefree Chris? How's that work? Well, at least over State Road, the African safari guy, at least he's transparent enough, that he has his primary wife. It's an open relationship, most likely. And there's men, I told some other YouTubers, oh, the Quincy needs to be interviewed about her relationship with Honey Bunny. Like I'm gonna find her, bro. I mean, I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't, it's pretty funny. Honey Bunny is like really pissing off. We're talking about Honey Bunny Philippines, Honey Bunny PH. He's doing a lot of live streams. He's doing like Angel City content like early in the morning because he's the only one left that lives the nightlife, club lifestyle, and like Cheap Charlie used to do before he came out. Coffee, a coffee and cake king. Somebody sent me that clip, Charlie, about I remember back in the days of Pattaya when I was running the show out of the 7-Eleven. I mean, come on. I mean, anyway, Honey Bunny's pissed off all these dudes here, bro. They are livid. They're losing their shit there. They're losing their shit there, bro. They're losing their shit, bro. See, oh my God. Anyway. Fuck, bro. I mean, anyway, Carefree Chris, you just need to be honest about your relationships here in 2026. Okay, you need to be honest, upfront, and tell everyone the truth. Okay, just tell everyone the truth. But you can't do that, Carefree Chris. You can't do that, Bruce Willis. You can't do that because you're here to exploit these girls. Okay, you came to Thailand. You couldn't exploit those girls because they were too smart, too fast. They demanded money, and of course you're not going to pay. So you came here to the Philippines to find them young and dumb. And you couldn't do that in Cebu. You couldn't do that in Cebu. That's why you left Cebu. You went to Dumaguete, remember, Carefree Chris, to be a YouTuber when you did the circuit in Dumaguete, Valencia. When you came here, like, I'm going to be the next Paul the Pimp. I'm going to be the next Jogo Wonder. I'm going to be the next, Canadian trust fund kid. But you couldn't afford YouTube promotions. You couldn't justify paying all this money out of YouTube promotions every month after you received your money from YouTube. You couldn't justify it, so you didn't do that either. So then you went to the Bruce Willis. You went to the motorcycle content, and that's that boring, insignificant, who cares content, where no one gives a fuck about it. Then you decided, you're gonna exploit all these young girls. I could go to the province and find one and mentor her into a outstanding contributor to the Philippines. I mean, we actually have Bruce Willis, everybody. We actually have Bruce Willis telling everyone on his channel, Carefree Chris, that he is the good one. He's the guy that comes here and takes care of these girls and makes them into the better people. I mean, how is she going to be a better person, Carefree Chris? Being broke, alone, and used in Cebu City. 22, 23 years old, was with a foreigner for over 2 years who took everything she had. And when she was done, when the gas was out, when the engine wouldn't start up because it just got old and it needed to be sent to maintenance, that's when you kicked her to the curb. Now she's in Cebu all alone in a fan room on a Saturday night. No job, or she has a job, it's a pittance of what she could have provided for her and her family for generations. Carefree Chris, Bruce Willis talks about the 20-year plan. He talks about a 10-year plan for these girls. His plan is hit them and dump them, pump and dump. That's your plan, right? That's your plan. That's your plan. You could bullshit all these dumb, stupid people all you want. But the truth is, that poor ex, she's just going to be another victim of Carefree Chris Bruce Willis. I mean, watch Bruce Willis leave Bhutan and move immediately as soon as she is gone. Watch as he, like, within the next month, finds another hot 19-year-old to put in the house. Just watch how it works. We already know the script, Carefree Chris. We already know the script, Bruce Willis, of how you operate out here, bro. I mean, it's pretty comical, bro. It's really comical, except for these young exploited women that you exploit out here with no transparency. You left her with nothing. You left her with zero. She has nothing except the haunting memories of 2 years of being stuck in a house taking care of some 55-year-old needy, annoying, self-aggrandizing, selfish, scumbag sex tourist from Colorado. An IT worker that, was out here to do the best he could, but instead, we all knew the truth, right, Carefree Chris? You're out here to get some hot pussy. And that's why you're here, Carefree Chris. You're not here for any other reason but to score a hot piece of Filipina ass. So quit lying to us, Carefree Chris, Bruce Willis. Quit lying to this community. We've had enough of it. That's why your channel viewers, your channel memberships, that's why no one watches your live streams. No one watches your videos anymore, because you're a bullshit con artist. And you're a scumbag. Just like that Mike Philippines retirement. Okay? You're all a bunch of worthless, scamming, lying scumbags. Okay? Here to exploit these people. Never did you do anything for anybody but yourselves. Your whole lives were no children. You never had children. You never got married. You never did anything except take care of your selfish self. Because your ego was so fucking out of there that, no one could ever, even control it. I want to thank everybody for watching tonight, this episode of Sick Grandpa with your host, Ricky Drama, about Carefree Chris, Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis. Wow, you're a champion of the people. We can't wait to see and meet the next exploited Filipino that you bring on your channel. The one that, was dumb enough to say yes. Live from the province. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. But I wish we could go out. I wish we could walk around. I wish we could live stream from more. Even the bar, Doc M, even the bar Doc M that I live streamed from last year about all Frank stuff, Frank Pataglia, got deported and all that. No bar has Wi-Fi. They all shut it down over the fact that they don't want anybody streaming from their bars, bro. It's just that bad here, bro. It's that bad. People are that broke. They're burning down buildings out here, Doc Gam. They're burning down buildings. Everyone's completely broke. It's just pandemonium out here, motherfuckers. Anyway, thanks for watching, motherfuckers. Have a great day. Stay alive out there, Bill West.